Hello and welcome to another episode of Star Trek Adventures. This is second half of a mission, and I have nine threat. This is a delightful day for me. I'm very excited about this. We are playing the Gangsters of Triskelion, and I'm looking forward to spending all of that threat as we go through today. Uh, this is part of the Open Hearth Gaming Community, which you can find out more about at openhearthgaming.com. So that's what you should know. Last time, our cast of the Tempest went to the planet of Triskelion. We're about a decade after Kirk's intervention. They had several things on their agenda. They are here to attend the Triskelion Galactic Games to put in a good show. They are here to have their people go on shore leave and, sort of under the table, they are to investigate some smuggling operations of dangerous materials. However, when they got here, they discovered there's another Federation representative from the Sempak who has history with Captain Iskara, and then we had a nice moment of Captain Cal Steele, interacting with Captain Iskara, calling him Eddie repeatedly throughout the exchange, and Captain Steele's put upon first officer. Some things we saw on planet was we have an Orion delegation, we have a Cardassian delegation pretending the games. We have some of our crew members who are going to be participating in things. We had meetings with some of these Triskelion folks and getting to know them. Tony is going to be competing in the indoor triathlon, has been training for that, so we're getting excited for that side of things. We also saw Captain Ascara speaking with the leadership, speaking with the provider one, about problems that they've discovered with the planet. And our Commander Chivilik looked into the situation with the smuggling and discovered that, in fact, actually, right now, the local people who would be getting stuff from the smugglers aren't getting anything because there's something up with that. So, Commander Taven, let's start with you. What is a a brief shot we have of something that happened to you, either on screen or off screen last session?
So I think I'll start with the last thing, which is that Tiven went to one of the events of her new roommate, Ladeth, otherwise known as Kictory,
Yep.
and discovered that Kictory's opponent was somehow genetically enhanced. They got a boost of speed and combat ability during the fight that they had, and managed to talk Kictory through how to win her bout, and discovered that this is probably of Cardassian origin.
Yes, yes. See the lifting of the arm with Kictor into Ven there. And Commander Moreno, what was previously on for you?
Yeah, I think Commander Moreno, there was a lot of training for the decathlon, and then of course there was just the recap of the meet cute with the other first officer and reaching out to try to offer a shoulder.
Absolutely. See, she seemed to uh, 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 open up a little bit, but still her first officer dedication and professionalism still carried her through a bit. And Commander Chivilik, what do we see of a previously on for you?
Yeah, we see me and a couple of crew members of the Tempest hanging out at a kind of open air beer garden type bar where the crew of the other ship, who are we know are the athletes participating in the the space triathlon, happen to be wandering by, and we invite them for drinks and encourage them to have as many drinks as they would like.
Absolutely. We saw a fraction of Commodore slash Captain Steele's very young crew, very young, inexperienced ensigns and sub-ensigns that he has brought along to increase the athletic prowess of the Sempak here. And But they are not so aware that they would be able to get past your machinations. And Captain Iskara, what do we see a scene of you doing from last time?
It's a super cut of the conversation that Captain Ascara had with Provider
We
One.
are just brains and jars.
Exactly. And maybe their micro expressions of Ascara becoming slightly more and more concerned and maybe even frustrated with Provider One's responses.
Absolutely. Uh, Captain, I want to start the session with I'd like a scene with you and either one or more of your crew members on
Absolutely.
planet to kind of meet up and talk about that. So, who do you want to have in this scene?
Hmm. I think number one, I'd like to have my number one there.
Okay. And uh, I imagine that we see you kind of in one of the VIP sort of athletic, guest areas. They're treating the Federation very nice. Again, we see the various Triskelions with their different collars on. And
Ooh, can we put this at I'm going to mess up what it's called, but like the cyclodrome, the thing where the bicycles go around and in that like
Yeah,
curved.
yeah,
Yeah, one of those where
they've got it's next door to the pod racing, but they've got this cyclodrome where you have to race these jet bikes around the interior of the
oh,
thing.
nice.
Okay, it looks like the most crazed rollerball kind of thing. Actually, I imagine actually they play rollerball with it. I imagine that on jet bikes. Uh, we hear the buzz of that, the sound of those going in the background, so that your conversation cannot be overheard, Tony and Escara. So, uh, Escara, what are you? I imagine that we're kind of coming in at the tail end of you telling Tony about your meeting with Provider One.
And uh, I I respect that they are trying to follow what they see as the letter of what Kirk wanted, but it's obvious they completely misinterpreted the spirit.
Well, that's not, is that a surprise? I mean, their civilization ran off one thing for centuries, and
Yes,
we didn't have anyone here to help.
agreed.
Or at least we didn't bring anyone to show them other cultures' ways.
True, true, Tony, true. I guess rebuilding Rome is going to take more than a day. There's so much I want to do to help these people navigate the mistakes that they've made, but it is not really our objectives here. Have you heard anything about the smuggling?
I have not. I believe Abe is
Okay, I'll
working
check
down
in
that
with Abe.
path.
How are you holding up with the training?
Oh, this is nothing compared to a dance recital. So, I mean, it's not like this is
Are you sure you're
ballet.
training enough?
Come on, this isn't ballet.
Fair, fair. Everyone else, are they enjoying their time here?
As far as I aware, there's the people taking shore leave tend to avoid me for some reason while they're on shore leave. I would imagine it's because they're trying to relax.
All right, maybe so. I'll check in with Abe soon.
Yeah.
Is there anything you need?
I don't think so. I ran into Commander Trias the other day.
Yeah.
Um,
How was that interaction?
I cannot help but feel for her, considering her appointment to the Commodore.
Tony,
I've got it very lucky.
thank you. Thank you. I I hope that Trios is able to learn from her experiences, but I agree.
Really,
I
the
agree.
first chair. You really want that?
Ah, Cal is a real piece of work, isn't he?
Is there anything else?
No, I'm good, Tony. Best of luck. Break a leg.
Thanks.
Let's cut to Commander Chivilik. Where do we see you? Who do we are you interacting with NPC or PC wise here when we come back to you?
I mean, I can we take as read that Tiven has let us know what happened? Because the fact that there's some juicing
One
going on,
100%,
yeah,
absolutely.
kind of ties in, not necessarily directly, but definitely obliquely to what I'm involved in.
Hmm.
And so I think I'd probably get together with Tiven.
Okay. So I like to imagine maybe we're kind of back more basically in the more the training areas
Hmm.
and that kind of space. There are athletes going back and forth through here, but you're able to kind of find and meet up to Van in a more quiet corner.
Um, so it is, um, Lieutenant Commander, I am curious how these athletes are getting access to these illicit substances when uh, it sounds like the pipeline's a little bit backed up for recreational uh, contraband.
Perhaps with the local pipeline being backed up, a third party has joined.
Hmm. That was my thought. Um, do we have any way to get, I mean, what do you have in the way of proof that the Cardassians are responsible for this, or is that just a hypothesis?
It is one hypothesis, Commander. The drug appears to be Cardassian in origin, but that does not necessarily mean that the Cardassians are supplying it.
Hmm.
Not directly.
Um, would they, would the formula for something like that be a commodity, be something of value?
To
I
Van,
believe so.
yes and no. One of the things is it is a genetically modified thing, and it is has a Cardassian base. You're not sure how generally useful it'd be outside of Cardassian hands.
Hmm. Does that, sorry, to ask further questions on that, does that
Sure.
mean it would require Cardassians to administer it, or that it would have limited effect outside of injecting Cardassians with it?
How I put it this way, like to make it would require Cardassian genetic material. So
Hmm.
just having the formula for it for another species
Oh,
wouldn't be
you could not mass produce it somewhere
right.
else. Got it.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
It
What
definitely requires Cardassians in order to produce.
what possible interest do the Cardassians have in rigging an event on a planet so far outside their sphere of influence? I'm having trouble understanding why they're even here, frankly.
We should bring in Lieutenant Reza. She has an interesting theory that someone is trying to destabilize the economy of this planet and potentially bring the providers under external control.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. It's a power play.
Commander, how convincing do you think it would be if you told people that I was looking for an edge in my 3D chess boxing tournament?
Not at all. You're a Vulcan. Uh, if you were a Romulan, they'd buy it in a second. But you're a Vulcan. Not only are you a Vulcan, you're a Starfleet Vulcan. But one of your crew members who thought you, who looked at everyone thinking that you were a lock because you're a Starfleet Vulcan, and who maybe wanted to sabotage you, that person might have some pull. That person maybe could get in some introductions that a good upstanding Starfleet Vulcan doctor couldn't.
I think perhaps we need to begin making some wagers against me.
I think that's a good line to cut on there. Tony, I want to give you a chance to call a scene either with Tony or with an NPC. What do you want to do here? What do we want to see on screen?
I think I want to, yeah, take up Lieutenant Riza. No, yeah, yeah, why not? She's the
Okay,
guest star of the episode, right? So
absolutely. And who do you want to be interacting with? Who do we want to? Are we talking with the command staff? Are we talking with a lower? Uh,
I think
uh,
someone lower. I would love someone to pick up any of the supporting characters, and we could just like, I have no clue. I don't really have any ideas. Like,
Rich, I'm going to make you pick up one of the supporting characters because you said last time that you wanted to make sure that you did that. So let's point the wish at you. Uh,
Sure. Thank you.
who is it that you would like to put on stage with our new sort of psychologist person?
Oh man. So this is a person who's being examined by our new psychologist person?
Oh, no, I imagine just hanging out on planet.
yeah, I think they're just hanging out.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like keeping an eye out for things, but like they're officially not on duty.
Oh, I think Lieutenant Johnson would be regaling them with various times that he's been nearly killed.
And then
Really,
Then I had a spear.
really, Johnson. That's that's so exciting. You've lived such a interesting and eventful life. And how old are you?
Oh, 28. And
Mm. Are
you
you
know,
hoping to not make it to 30?
well, I always hope that I'll make it to 30, but Star
Okay.
Trek Adventures. I mean, service.
Of course. No, I know.
Starfleet service is
I know.
dangerous.
Oh, yeah. The galaxy's dangerous. Try being, what is this, an average trill age? I have no clue. But that,
Oh, it's got to be hundreds of years old.
yeah. Although that is weirder, so it's not the same. So enjoy your life to the fullest. So
I would
sh
imagine if I had a Trill symbiote with me, I probably wouldn't be in security. I don't know why, because you have another person to take care of.
it's
have
it's
you told
complicated.
have you told them that you're not a symbiote? I think that like
No, so I think she is. I just
oh
didn't take the
okay.
talent. So there's
Okay.
no mechanical effect. It's just all fluff.
Okay.
Yeah. If that's cool, I don't know.
That's cool. No, I thought
Okay.
that you had established that she didn't have one. So
No, no, it never came up. So,
okay.
um, I think, well, it depends on the host. If I was more like you growing up before I joined, I would probably stick with it. I'm not just gonna change everything because I suddenly have all these new memories and skills.
I guess. Hmm.
I mean, you don't lose your training. It
True.
just gets added to the
Seems
elective.
like he could get reassigned though.
I mean, that's any of us could get reassigned, right?
Right. Of course. And Lieutenant Johnson has realized there's certain aspects of his opinion that he's expressed that he does not want to explore out loud.
Uh,
So he just. So
What do you?
anyway,
Oh,
that
yes. So,
velodrome over there, pretty wild, huh?
are you? Do you do you ride?
No, that looks too dangerous for me.
Didn't you ride a dinosaur-like thing?
Dinosaur, jet bike, kind of different things, different physics. I
Well,
could probably figure it out, but I don't know. I don't want to go through the qualifying.
you only live once, so
I guess you're right. Well, the qualifying rounds are still going. I guess I'll throw my name in the ring. Why not?
that's the spirit. It's like the captain says. Remember, have fun.
And how are you having fun?
Oh, well, there's some betting here and there. Still, analyzing everything, trying to get a good read on the whole situation here is fraught, so that's distracting, but like, it's also a mystery to unravel.
Is there anything I can do to help you unravel this mystery?
Of course. S-
Okay.
I'm sure you'll keep an eye and ear out.
Oh, nothing specific. Just if I find
Not
something
a,
exculpatory, let you know.
of course, yeah, no,
Right.
as what was that baseball thing he said about teams? There's no I in team or something.
He has lots of sayings about baseball.
Yeah.
Lots.
All right. That feels like a good point to cut on, a good
Mhm.
line to move. Uh Commander Taven. Uh Mike, do you want to do Taven or an NPC? What do you want to interact with? Like, what do you want to see here for this scene?
So for a minute there, I thought maybe Tavan might have to try and throw her match, but now it seems as if she's got to present a real threat. So I suspect she's probably training in some way, shape, or form. And we
Think the
could
door
set
comes
up a.
open while you're training Taven, and you will see this massive figure come in and look around and will look at you and go, Vulcan! And will come stomping over to where you are at and will say, you are the Taven?
I am.
I, I am Zobur. You may know me as
Uh,
Juggernauty!
I
We
have
are
heard this name.
matched up in the first round, and Ladeth, you may know her as Kictory, has said that you are a worthy opponent. And you'll
Indeed.
see him pull out this beautiful three-dimensional chess set. He very gently sets it down on the table, and you'll see him pull out this beautiful box, and maybe we could could do a round or two before just maybe.
You are suggesting a pre-match,
Yeah, yes, a warm up. I, I've never played a Vulcan.
and I have never played a Juggernauty.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yes. And he very gently starts setting the pieces up for you. What do you want to get out of him as you're interacting with him?
I mean, ideally, with everything that we've set up, I would like to convince him that I'm likely to win.
Okay.
So I want to defeat him, and I want to defeat him soundly.
Okay. Uh, what do you think uh is the attribute and department for playing three-dimensional chess? This will represent your style of approach.
Um, so the logical thing here is probably reason, maybe reason and command,
I like that. Yeah.
but I'm just trying to decide if I want to cheese it and go for insight, which is better.
That's also fine. Go
Yeah,
with
yeah,
insight and command.
I don't think Juggernauty is difficult to read, so I think I'm gonna
No.
go with trying to see what's on his face. I also do have, and we didn't create a trait or anything about this, but I do have some insight on Juggernauty's play style from Kicktree.
Okay. Well, we'll give you a I will reduce his successes then.
Okay,
So let me roll for Juggernauty here.
and then because since our last session, I have acquired a copy of the core rulebook, so now I understand more of the rules. Can I invoke the Vulcan trait to reduce the number of successes further?
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I think because this is the first time you're playing him. So I think you're going to get he's gotten effectively one success on the table here.
Okay.
So there's almost no chance that you could fail.
Famous last words. Um, okay, I'm going to spend a point of momentum because I really, really want to get this. And I don't want to give you more threat because I don't know what you would do with it all. I wouldn't want to burden you.
Wouldn't want to burden me. I understand that. That seems reasonable.
Okay, so insight plus command is 13. I don't have a relevant focus here. I don't have determination. So, oh, that is one success, but also a complication.
So one, yes. So I think that uh, you will just edge him out. Uh, and I think that he will look at you and he will say, "Yes, that was a very good game."
A close game is more exciting.
Ah, yes. Uh, are you promised to someone?
I am promised to Starfleet.
Oh, but that's a thing. That is not a person. You could be promised to. I am. As you see, my collar is white, and I am wealthy in quatloons. I am a very smart man, and an excellent boxer. So perhaps you will consider this a formal offer of marriage.
I will consider it, Juggernauty.
Ah, good.
However,
However,
at the end of the games, I will be on the Tempest and I will leave. And you must decide whether or not you could leave this place.
yes, I understand that long distance relationships are difficult. I will think on this
Until we meet in the ring.
until we meet in the ring, my lovely. And he will bow forward towards you.
And I'll return the bell. Somewhat coolly.
There's your complication.
Thank you.
Captain Ascara, you are uh, sort of between things, heading back, taking a look at maybe some of the sights of the city? Is it, like what is your manner? You're kind of required to take a little bit of shore leave here. So what do we see you
Wired.
doing to kill the 2 hours that you're logging here is your shore leave time?
Well, there's baseball, so he would probably go and you see he goes by himself. He's got a ball cap. We don't at first. It's just a crowd of people going into a baseball game, and then boom! Oh, it's Captain Escara, and he's got a pretty good seat, but it's not like behind home plate. It's nothing visible, and you see he pulls out this ring bound scorebook that has a bunch of little baseball diamonds on it, and he's watching the game and he's scoring it with a pencil and like writing in notes and stuff, and that's how he wastes 2 hours of the game with a pitch timer. You can actually watch a whole ball game in 2 hours now, so he is as happy as can be.
And I think we see you a little bit afterwards walking out with the crowd, and you're still getting used to the layout of this place, and you think, okay, I've got to get back to where the transporter coordinates are. And I think up ahead, you realize that the city is also it's a tourist trap. It mixes into good neighborhoods and bad neighborhoods and that kind of thing. And you will see up ahead uh, uh, Dexter's daughter
Huh.
walking. Uh, and as you see her, you will see she's walking along, and you will see a pair of people move up quickly behind her, and they grab onto her and they start shuffling her off into an alley.
Well, taking off towards that immediately,
Okay.
reaching for oh wait, sorry. Classic Star Trek. Sorry, it started to do a thing, but then must be in correct era. Flip the tricorder.
They flip the communicator, open up the tricorder.
Communicator. Okay.
Okay, open up
Okay.
the
Yeah, yeah,
communicator.
yeah. So flip the communicator. We have an assault on place on my mark, and whatever various things he would say to alert nearby people as he is running forward.
Okay. You're calling for any nearby people. It's going to be a bit for them to get to this area. It'll get relayed up to the ship, but you will get to the mouth of the alley and you will see there are two guys. One each has Dexter Daughter's arm, and there's a third one, and they are clearly like grabbing her up and kidnapping her to haul her away.
Oh, okay.
What do
Well,
we
I obviously would not have a phaser. Why would we take that to this
exactly?
stealth? Exactly. This is not why we have it. I do have a baseball, so I
Uh,
think I'm gonna throw a
okay.
baseball as hard as I can and try to bean somebody.
All right. That seems like it's a ranged combat, so that is control plus
Yeah.
security. Do you have
Amazing.
a focus in baseball?
Oh, of all the things I could have taken a focus on, that is not one.
So that's a 15 or less.
Oh man, I'm so good with hand phasers. Why didn't I bring a phaser? All right, note to self, bring phasers. Okay, here we go. 2d20. And sorry, what was the attribute department? Sorry.
Control plus security, so 15 or less.
Okay. 15 or less. Come on, baby. Ugh, 18 and a 12. One success.
One success. I think that you will throw it and it clips one of them in the ear. Uh, and he will and turn around and uh, pushes Dexter Daughter to the other two, and he will turn around, knife out.
Oh, sweet. That sounds great.
And I
Yeah.
think we hear the music as he comes towards
Yeah,
you,
that sounds great. I am
doing that at the camera with the knife.
happy to get my hands dirty here, so let us.
Okay. So this will be uh, fitness or daring plus security.
I think I will take Darren.
Okay. Tell me,
Um,
like,
yeah.
we've seen a little bit of your hand-to-hand combat style before. What do we see you do here?
I think he has to do, like I've got to do the Star Trek like double-handed stupidness that they do in Star Trek. So that's got to come in here at some
Okay.
point, even if he doesn't succeed. Maybe that's why he fails if I roll poorly. Do we think that keeping your I don't know if keeping your composure is necessarily a focus here. So I don't think I have a focus that applies here.
That
No. Would
that
you?
seems like a Starfleet protocol. We've seen it so many times.
No, no. Do you want to spend momentum?
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll spin a mo. That gives me a third die, correct?
It does.
All right, here we go. Oh, 13s, 13s. Jeez, dice. Come on, these dice. They're done. I'm not rolling these die types again. They are bad for me. Bad for me. It's the worst. No successes.
I think you will swing at him and swing wide and miss, and he will come in underneath, and he is going to cut you for 3 stress. Uh, and he is clearly delaying you so that the other two can get away with Dexter's daughter. So what do you want to do?
Let's see. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Got a lot of stress like this. I'm made for these kind of fights, so I'm not really scared of this guy yet. Uh, but I realize I'll play into his hands if I make this a big back and forth. So what I want to do is feint and then just try to get around him as quick as I can because this is more about Dexter's daughter than taking down this ruffian in
Okay.
the alley.
Let's do that. This is less a straight attack and more of a planned maneuver. So I'm going to give you control plus security.
Okay.
Would you
15s
like
or
to
better.
spend the last momentum?
No, I will not. That is selfish of me. I would not do such a thing. Rolling a different set of dice here. Yeah, that's 2 successes.
2 successes. So you will get up past him and kind of push him back, and you are chasing after the other two. And like it looks like they are trying to like get Dexter's daughter into essentially the equivalent of a street pod racer thing and get her out from here. You will notice that they're not Triskelions. They're not wearing those neck things.
Hmm.
So they do definitely look like human outsiders. And they seem focused in on that. How do you want to try and stop that?
I again calling on the comms right this second. Say, anyone on the Tempest, can you get a lock on Dexter's daughter? Probably not, but that's the first thing he thinks of is just
Absolutely.
transport her out of there.
Okay. So I think that's going to be difficult because they don't have great stuff for transporter locks. Uh, but I'm going to give you uh, a try at this. Let's say presence plus command,
That seems fantastic. I will take that.
team dynamics. I'll
Uh-huh.
give you as a focus there.
Sweet. Set me up for failure. I mean, for success. Thank you.
Yeah, can we assist with we have a transporter chief?
We do have a transporter chief. I don't think it's going to help.
Nah, ain't gonna help. These
Yeah,
dice are
I'm with
roll
Troy.
roll
traitors.
single helper die, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but he has to
Traitors.
it needs to get one success. And I
Yeah.
think that as you're calling out, you see the two of them bundle Dexter's daughter into this and they will take off with this as you come out of the mouth of the alley and she is gone.
No.
I think you see that she has dropped her softball mitt. It's laying there at the mouth of the alley.
Yeah, I think we end the scene with him picking up the softball glove and looking up.
Chivilik, Commander, let's come to you. What what scene do you want to call either in parallel or after that has happened, or it's up to you.
I mean, I think after that, word gets out, getting her back becomes a priority. Like we, that boom, we've got a new mission, whatever, priority, and that is right there. So, um,
So what are you
I'm
doing
gonna,
to do this? Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna, um, I'm security, so uh, I'm gonna go back to where it happened, and we're gonna question people. We're going to see if we can get any, you know, video feeds from any of the local, shops or kiosks or whatever that are there. Um, See if we can try and get some kind of identification on that vehicle. Um, were they humans
Yeah.
that
Humans,
grabbed her?
humanoids. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
And here's a question. They didn't have collars. Like, do all of the Triskelions, like people that are like whatever, planetary citizens, all of them have collars regardless?
that has
And
been a thing that you have seen, and I think uh, that you've established that that seems to be consistent.
but they don't otherwise look different from humans
Right. There's
necessarily.
especially because there are a number of different species that make up the
Oh, that's true.
Triskelions.
Yes, yeah. They're kind of they're like gathered from all over the
Yeah.
universe. So, okay,
But you have the
okay,
sense, and I think if you ask someone, they'll say, "Oh no, you can't take off your collar without like you have to and go to a financial place to get it taken off
yeah,
and disabled, and once you do that, that you're kind of locked out of the system until they'll say even the criminals wear those.
yeah, sure, because you can't do nothing without them. Okay. So then, that means that she's, yeah. So I mean, I guess just kind of, this is like
This is your investigation montage, right?
crime investigation. Yes, yeah. This
Yeah.
investigation montage just is, and like we have science people that can do scans and stuff like that, but this is Chevilic like going around talking to people, glad handing, you know, whatever, spreading some credits around if that's what it takes. Sorry, some
Quatlu,
Quatlus.
Quatlus.
Yes,
Ooh,
yeah, spreading
yes, yes.
spreading some Quatlu around. Yeah, so
Let's have you make a presence plus security with your criminal networks
yep.
as a focus there.
Okay. Um, and and I will spend that last momentum. I'm not shy about that.
Okay.
So let me throw three here. I like the look of that. I think that's four hits, right? Because my
No, that
security
is
is at,
5 hits.
oh, it's five. Oh, okay.
5 hits. So uh you're gonna have 2 momentum because difficulty 3. Um I think we will see a scene.
I think it's only th four, right? Because I got an 18, which was a miss,
Oh, that's
and
right.
then
18 is missed. I forgot.
two
Yeah,
that
you're right.
were under that were
Thank you.
security or under. So
So
yeah,
1 momentum extra. I think we
excellent.
will see you back in just because they built the set, back in the presence of Calidus.
Yeah, and
And
that dive bar. Yeah.
yeah, and he will say, as I understand it, someone put out a contract, a hire for this person to be grabbed up recently. There are a lot of outworlders who live on the planet and are more than willing to uh, take this up. Uh, Here is an address for you. Uh, I know the brothers who did this. They're not smart. Uh, uh, you could probably find them there.
I owe you one.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, my friend. You've got one momentum. You can put it back in the pool. You could ask a question. What do you want to do?
Let's put it in the pool.
Okay. So I
I
think
got a
you,
name. I got a name and an address.
okay.
I don't
Yeah.
need much more than that.
All
Yeah.
right. So we're back up at one then, with that pool, and you have tracked that down. Uh, Tony, what scene do you want to do?
Hmm. I want how about like a check-in with Taven? Going through the physicals for
Yeah.
the decathlon.
I,
Because
I
I know
actually I like
Mike
to
and I
see
haven't had
let
like.
let's have a scene where you've done the preliminary round.
Mhm.
What injury have you gotten in that preliminary round that you've come to Taven to have looked at?
I think there's like a rotator cuff thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You will notice there's a vibe when you come to where Taven is, that there are a lot of Triskelion female athletes that are shooting Taven daggers. Like, like somehow she's made some kind of enemy of a number of these Triskelion women.
So I see you've become popular.
the last few days have been eventful.
Do tell.
I was involved in a major victory and upset with Kictory and was the center of attention in the ring. And then I received a marriage proposal.
My internet kind of fucked me over there. I didn't hear any of that. I'm sorry. There's a recap here and stuff.
Yeah,
So, oh, oh, huh. That's new. I guess
that
they're
is certainly
jealous of you.
a
Have
reasonable
you
assumption.
have you let them know that you plan on leaving and it's up to him to decide if he's going to stay here?
Yes,
Okay. And they still don't care.
I think the attention is sufficient to create some kind of jealous response.
That seems down. A logical conclusion. Hopefully this
That
won't get in the way of your own training, I guess.
he does play an adequate game of three-dimensional chess.
High praise from you today.
Lieutenant, have you been wagering on the games?
No. Did you say lieutenant?
Oh, sorry, I did.
That's okay. I'm Tony right now.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, no, I've been too busy training, and I do need you to look at my arm. It's this old nagging farm injury. I'm sure it's nothing. You just give me like a shot of hypercortisone. Be fine.
Can you attempt to raise the arm? And
Yeah,
I think Tavan will probably put
yeah.
you through the paces of proper diagnosis before giving
Uh-huh.
you anything.
Yeah, no, I know. Look, This is what we do. This is how this is. She's like this every single time.
Hmm.
I think I know my body.
Are you
Bodies
filling
change.
Marino in on the plan that you and Chivilic have put up?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Okay. And this is the plan for the something regarding your game to try to draw out potential, what was it, the Cardassian plot?
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, Abe knows all about uncovered plots like these, so it's a great idea, obviously. Is there anything I can do? I mean, I know I'm in other another competition, but
We need someone to place a large wager against me
I
to
think I know.
convince whoever is supplying these drugs.
I think I think I know someone. I think we know someone that could do that. You'll have to talk her into it, though.
And that seems like a good line to cut on to Ven. What scene would you like to call here?
We don't know. Does anybody have a suggestion?
Do we I think convincing her to do the batting, I think we can take that as a kind of a fait accompli.
Yeah,
Uh do you want to
The
do we want
captain got stabbed. Just saying.
that is
yeah.
that is true.
Uh so like let's see you maybe on the streets of Triskelion City. Iskara is how does Iskara seem? You've gotten not a bad cut, but you kind of that got situation got away from you.
It did. It did. I think Scar is keeping his cool. He's a captain. This is not a defeat. This is an obstacle. Um, so is this a scene where Tivin's coming to help? Is that okay? I just want to
Coming
make sure
to
that
yeah,
this
Yeah,
that's framed
I think
appropriate.
I think she's bought a medical bag that is entirely too big and entirely overstocked for this situation. The captain has been stabbed. Am I to understand that you brought a baseball to a knife fight?
I did indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't told that it was a knife fight ahead of time. See what you can do about that. I'll let you be the judge if it's not that bad. Recommendations on finding Dexter's daughter. Investigation is not my strong suit.
Is Kivalik looking?
I think so.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Yes.
Then it is highly likely that she will be found.
Just hope she's all right.
Captain, can you think why someone would want to kidnap her? She is not even an officer on the ship. She is a civilian.
I think it has to do with the sport she's participating in. I think there's a lot of hmm, hijinks going on here on this planet. The gambling and the stakes seem to give people license to make these kind of decisions.
Eddie, hey, what happened to you? And you will see Captain Steele coming down along the avenue. He sees Taven treating you medically.
Mhm.
Did you take an arrow to the knee?
No, Cal. Uh, run in with a couple of not locals. How are
Yeah,
you
that's
doing?
Eddie Escara, street tough fighting, right? It's how you grew up on Venus. Uh, Badlands there.
Someone kidnapped a person from our ship, not a crew member, but a consultant.
Oh, you lost a VIP. I hope you got people on that.
I do. Some of the best. Do you know
Well, if you
anything about
need
the
any help,
gambling?
if you need
Yeah,
any
Cal,
help,
I could I could use some help.
the Sempoc, we have the latest in high density sensors, and I shouldn't be telling you this, but we have a new model quantum strategic computer on board that is going to be rolling out soon. I can maybe talk to some people, get that up to run the analysis on that thing. Find them for
What
you.
do you, appreciate that, Cal. What do you know about the gambling element? Do you have any folks, contacts? Believe that Dexter's daughter was kidnapped because of her participation in a particular game.
He goes. And you can tell even as he's saying it that he is absolutely lying. Oh yeah, look, I know this planet's gambling society like the back of my hand. Yeah, yeah, I can get some people in on looking on that if you think that the fix is in.
I don't have any proof yet, but if you know of any, let me know, Cal. I'd appreciate it.
Who was it who was taken?
Dexter's daughter is a passenger and scientist on our crew. Dr. Erica,
Oh,
Dexter's daughter.
that was that hot pitcher from your team.
She was the pitcher on my team, yes.
She looked familiar. But had I seen her before?
Cal, I can't tell you who you have and haven't seen.
Fair enough. Maybe our paths crossed in the past. Well,
Maybe so.
Eddie, I'll get in touch with my crew. It may take a bit. We've got kind of a skeleton crew on there while my people are down here working the sports, but we'll get on it.
A skeleton crew for such a valuable asset as your ship? That
Uh,
seems
uh, uh,
risky.
it's not you just don't know the Senpak.
That's true.
Listen, I got to go and check on my folks here, but I'll pass that word up the chain for you.
Thanks, Cal.
You're welcome, Eddie. You take good care of this guy. He's a not bad baseball player. And
The
Captain
best I have seen.
Scar,
Captain,
what do you say to Ben? What's this your action after Steele leaves?
It's a waste of time. Well,
perhaps not.
perhaps not. Why do you
Captain,
think?
he raises an interesting alternative hypothesis. Dexter's daughter. There may be another motive for kidnapping her. Her family connections.
I think that's the cut, right?
I think that's the perfect
the
cut there. Let's take our first break. Let's take 10 and then we'll be back. So, I see three scenes here. The next three. Uh Chivilik and Iskara at the rescue. Uh Tiven or are you the one who's going to be negotiating with the Cardassians, or do we like to get the drugs, or are you going to be present at that, or what's the scene there for that? Is that going to be like you backing
Think
up uh our
I,
NPC
I don't,
character.
yeah, I don't think it can be Taven. I think it will be, I mean, we could have a scene with a couple of NPCs.
Yeah. Well, how about we do Eku in that scene with you running an NPC to back them up, and that way we get the kind of two pair things that work for you, Tony. Okay. So those are the two scenes we're going to do, and then we'll come around and maybe we'll have a competition scene for Tony, a competition scene for to Ven, so we can see those in practice. So in classic sort of Star Trek fashion, we're in a you know a soundstage. We can see the sort of hideout building across the way. Uh, Javilic, you're the security person in this situation. The captain is there. How do we see you managing this?
Um, I've gotten scans of the building. Um, we've got some, we're going to split up into two teams. Pardon me.
Okay.
We split up into two teams, one for the front door, one for the back door. We've each got 3, 4 red shirts with us, and I send the captain around to the back because I'm pretty sure that's going to be safer. And then I'm going in the front.
And Iskara, how do we see you like handling this?
Well, I imagine that as a Starfleet captain, it's better if I'm maybe in disguise, incognito. What does Abe suggest? Be him being the security expert suggests that I post up or help.
I mean, it's, I mean, so if you like ideally what we would do is have you in civilian clothing
Hmm.
basically acting as an observer. So if anybody like we're only going to be able to have eyes in so many directions at once. So if they have like somebody on the street we don't know about, or like coming in, through the top or an upper window or something like that, but just to basically to kind of, spot yourself somewhere where you can keep an eye on what's going on and, and call in anything unexpected.
We see the baseball cap again. Like,
Yeah.
oh, is that a regular? No, that's the captain again. He's just posted up against, leaning against a wall, eating a hot dog and reading on his pad. But of course, it has baseball scores and stuff.
Yeah. So you've set up Billy's Chibilic. I think this is a security operation.
Oh,
And
sorry. I 100% want that to be there's a hot dog cart. We put it there. It's a Starfleet security officer. It's Chef. It's Chef at the hot dog cart. It's
Yes.
Chef and the captain at the hot dog cart.
Stop
Yes.
touching your ear, chef. No.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. So, I think that this is going to be security, but I'm going to give you control on this one because
Yeah.
I do
Like
think you've
this
had
is,
time to plan and such.
yeah. And we've got, whatever. We've done scans and all this kind of stuff and everything. And, I don't know the extent to which we can say, like, we know exactly how many people are in which room and stuff like
And
that. But,
I think you've got to scan. You know that there are three people in there.
and,
Sorry,
and,
four people in
and,
there.
and we've confirmed that she's there, or at least something that reads on sensors as her is there.
Yeah, that
It
seems
sounds like,
absolutely
yeah,
fair.
okay, yeah, yeah. Which isn't to say they can't spoof us somehow or something
Right.
like that, but
You got enough successes on that
yeah,
last one. It means seemed perfectly fine to me.
yeah. 3, 2, 1, breach. In we go.
Okay, let's have you make that roll.
Okay, so this is going to be this control. We said
I think
control
this
plus
is, yep, control
control
plus
plus.
security. I think this is difficulty 3 to have everything go smoothly without anyone getting hurt like her.
Um, so I am going to use my determination here for this because this feels
Okay.
important to me.
What are you tagging for your value?
A dagger is only ever as sharp as the mind behind it. This
Okay.
is why I didn't go blowing in there as soon as we knew what the address was, right? We took some time, we set the whole thing up with the captain, we did the scans, all this kind of stuff and everything, and I have, you know, like like we're going in with like highly focused and applied violence as opposed to indiscriminate violence, which is the best kind of violence. The best kind of violence is highly focused and effective violence.
14 or less. You've already got 2 successes on the table.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do so I start with 2, and I feel like this is a situation where giving you a threat is an appropriate way to get an extra die, given what we're going into here.
I'm absolutely fine with you doing that.
Okay. Uh, so that's two
2 success.
successes.
So total
Yeah.
of 4. So
Mhm.
boom, door goes in. We see the guy who had the knife before. He is blown backwards by that and hit by the stun blast. Does that fall? They get the slightly speeded up effect as he falls. And then you and your team are through the door, room by room, like are you leave from the front? Do you have your people dispatched? Like what's a bit of the montage that we see as you go in here?
I mean, the first thing is that like, like, like I give the signal and like basically like we jam comms for like a block. Anybody that's like trying to whatever, talk to a ship in orbit or something is going to be ticked off at us, but that's fine. And so, and then we're, it's like hand signals and like our priority is to find the doctor. So we're just moving through fast, stun them, don't like check or anything like that. And it's like, someone covers, someone goes down the hall, and it's it's like one of those like Black Ops video
Yeah,
games things, right? It's basically it's a cover shooter, right?
right.
That we're
You
doing.
are
Yeah.
you are through this place. It is 3 scumbag criminals. The will one by one pick them off before you kind of kick in the room where Dexter's daughter is essentially tied up, but very clearly unharmed, but bound and gagged, and you will get a hold of her.
Before I touch her, she gets a scan, make sure there's no like booby traps or bugs or anything on her. Then we get in there and
That
like,
seems more than perfect.
yeah.
Absolutely. You will absolutely check that out, and you can get her. Captain Ascara. You are outside watching, waiting, as this goes down. And I think, and I've that there is a moment when you will kind of turn and look, and there are some other buildings around that are up higher. And for a second, on a building a ways away, you will see a figure standing there, cloaked, and you will see them transport out.
Is the signature similar to a Starfleet transporter?
Does not look like a Starfleet transporter.
Uh, Calm out. And who would be up in the ship? I know Takahashi's competing. Who do we think is up in the ship that he would call to try to check out the signal of that recent transport?
Let's say McClanahan's up there.
Hmm.
Yeah, we have a transporter chief.
What is McClanahan's first name?
He's McClanahan.
Oh, I see. He doesn't get a first name until later in the next series. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
or you can call him Mac.
Mac. Someone just transported from this just a block from here, this point on and I need you to find out what it was. Did not appear to be a Star Trek. It did not appear to be a Starfleet transporter.
Yeah, I've got Trace. It's planet to planet. It's but whoever did this has some serious scrambling on it. It was to somewhere else in the city, Captain, but that's all I can tell you right now.
Okay. Keep an eye out, Mac. If you see that pop up again, let me know.
Okay. I'll call up to sensors and we'll task the primary sensor array to that.
Appreciate it. Ascara out.
And you will see Chivilic and the security team coming out with an uninjured but shaken Dexter's daughter. They're covering their six and all the fancy stuff. What do you do, Ascara?
Good work, Abe.
Thank you, sir.
Erica,
We should
go
get her
ahead.
back up to the ship right away.
I agree. Erica, we'd like to transport you back to the ship and make sure that you are looked after. Are you okay?
Uh, she's hesitant. You see, she like lot of stuff is going through her head. She goes, yeah, yeah.
Would you like me to come with you? Says Abe, as the person
No,
who like got
no,
her
no.
out of there.
I'm good. She looks at Scar and she looks like she's going to say something, and then she goes, "Yeah, get me back to the ship."
All right. Barry, be advised we're sending someone to Med Bay. Mac, can you get
I'm on it.
Doctor? Thanks.
Point to point on that, sir. And he will transport
Nice.
her up to Med Bay.
That's Mac.
Uh, it's a seedy, sweaty locker room corner of one of the gym areas. Sort of the back. It tells us that we're in the real uh, back of beyond of the training place, and we definitely see uh, Lieutenant Aku, uh, and who, Mike, is with Lieutenant Aku on this operation here.
I think our Chief of Engineering, Lieutenant Takahashi.
Okay. So Moreno, you've dropped some money. Sorry. I mean, Aku, you've dropped some money at the request of your senior officers. You made sure that you're getting reimbursed for all this, right?
They were very
Because
convincing.
this isn't post-scarcity Star Trek yet.
Mm-hmm.
They're convincing. They made sure that my requisitions budget would be increased.
Okay. Uh, and uh, we will see you with Takahashi, and there is uh, the darkened locker room, and you will come around and you will see some cloaked figures there, and they will say, "I understand that you wish to purchase some enhancements."
That's why we're here. Is it not?
Ah, it makes me nervous that you are Starfleet. I thought this wasn't in your mandate.
Well, there's the I may be part of Starfleet, but I'm not Starfleet. I'm still my own person. We all have our own desires.
Let's have you make a presence plus security roll,
Oh no.
Aku.
All
I will
right.
let you use your bargain focus for this.
Okay.
And if If Takahashi would like to assist, she's welcome to make an assist roll here.
Can I bribe
Yeah,
him?
I think Takahashi will. Perhaps we've discussed an approach before coming into this, but I think Takahashi is playing it like, have you seen the smug look on the Tiven? And like, she needs to be taken down a peg.
Yeah. Studied her game. I've analyzed every aspect. Also, here's
We
some
just need an
Romulan
edge.
ale, you know?
I think that will kind of trip you to tell you that these are definitely Cardassians because they like, no, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Would a Starfleet officer have this? No.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Use that merchant talent to get some illegal stuff, I
Yeah.
guess. All
So
right, presence and security, right?
yeah.
All right, 13 or less. She has no value, so she has no determination. Uh, I will spend the momentum.
Okay.
No,
No.
no. Oh, shit. I was going to give you the threat. I accidentally closed the tab. I think this makes sense for the threat thing too, so you're welcome.
Okay.
All right. Now to find her thing. I think it's 13 or less, right?
13 or less.
I use my funky colored dice. Oof. Well, two successes.
And Takahashi,
Uh, am I rolling the same? Presence plus
presence
security?
plus security.
Okay, that's an 11. And I'm just rolling one die, right?
One die.
That's another
3.
success.
That is just enough to convince these Cardassians. And I think like that's definitely when they step into the light. I mean, we've known they're Cardassians, but they do that thing where they step into the light and
Yeah.
kind of reveal that they are, and they will hand you a set of hypo sprays, and they will say, uh, "These are these have a short time span. Use them just before the event, and it should last you long enough to do what you need to do."
Pleasure doing business.
The pleasure is ours, Federation. And they hand you these Cardassian performance enhancing steroids.
Well, let's make our way out.
Okay.
Trying not to make sure we're not followed.
Absolutely. I think you will get out of there. You've got the stuff, you've got the evidence. Um, what's Let me ask this to sort of a meta question to uh, Jolene and Mike. Uh, what's the importance here? Like, is this proof you can take to the authorities? Is this you're able to find a antigen to it? Is it that you're able to prove the Cardassians have this? Like, what's the narrative beat that having this is getting you, you think?
Hmm. I
So I think
think.
we. Sorry, you go.
No, you go. I started hoping I could figure something out.
Yeah, yeah. I think I will figure it out by the end of the sentence. The I mean, so now we know definitively that this is related to the Cardassians, but what we have is not necessarily proof of that. So we have the drug. We could produce an antigen and we could release it into the market. So we don't necessarily have to take these Cardassians out, right?
Yes. We don't have
Uh,
to take them out. We have
what is
two hypo sprays, correct?
You have a couple, yeah.
Yeah. So one we can use to make the antigen. Another we'd hand over to Commander Chivillik, who was undergoing, the head on this investigation. He was like, set this whole thing up. So it's like, all right, here's proof. Starfleet was looking for this.
So we do have as a primary mission goal, we've got to discreetly investigate the smuggling of prohibitive substances, seize or destroy said materials if possible, but not at the cost of destroying relationships with the Triskeli. So we need
Yeah.
to be careful about what we do with this.
So that feels like if I can go to a roll, we'll say that part of the case goes to Javilic for in case there's something that needs to be proved or pushed or so on. We have a piece of evidence there. To then, I think this is then a medical role for you to come up with something that will essentially neutralize this in any athlete in the area that tries to use it. Does that seem reasonable?
Can I
Yeah.
add like a quick one-liner to
Yeah.
that scene? Well, Takahashi, you're the department head, so what do you think?
I think that was my first drug deal.
Nice. Uh, to then, let's have you make a roll for this. Uh, I think you can use the ship systems for it
Yep,
if you want. Uh, I think this is reason plus medicine.
yep. Can I apply an immunology focus to this?
Immunology focus. Yes, but only because it's genetically modified material. Like well, we've established
Okay,
that as a key scientific fact here. So that seems techno-babbly enough to work.
awesome. So this is a 15/5 then.
Yeah.
I really do need this to work, so I'm going to spend that point of momentum to get 3 dice, and then I
Three
will
dice.
add the ship's die second.
Okay.
15/5.
One, two, three, four, five. Roll the ship's die, which is a 10 or less. 10/2.
/2. No, the ship is unhelpful.
5 successes on a difficulty 3 endeavor. Uh, so I think you will get this created. Uh, if you spend those extra 2 successes, we'll just say wide dispersal, and we won't have any more rolls on that. Like it is out there and in the atmosphere. Does that seem fair?
Yeah,
What is
yeah, I
that?
think so. We want to
Was
make it is no longer possible for this drug to function on
absolutely.
Triskelion.
And I think we will see a montage of angry sportsmen and the Cardassians getting more and more worked up. And I think by the end of this montage, someone will check on the Cardassian representatives, and we can see it looks like the Cardassians have left the planet. Like like within a bit, when their stuff stops working, we've got a whole bunch of angry people and a whole bunch of angry bettors, and we will see them scoot out of here. There's a lot of announcements over the next thing that the Cardassian contestant has withdrawn from the contest.
When one gambles, one must be prepared to lose.
Let's do a quick round of everybody participating in an athletic event, getting a chance to describe what they're doing, describe how they're doing it, uh, what their participation is like. Uh, let's start with Chivilik. We haven't really focused on you. We know that Taven is doing the chess boxing. We know that Tony is doing the triathlon. What are you doing a sports event? Are you doing a game? What do we see Chivilik doing?
Abe's engaged in some like a little more off books in terms of the competitions Abe is engaged in. I think uh we're back at that bar with
Okay.
the that my friend was running there, and it is lit up much more than it was before, and it's quite crowded, and the screens are showing, each screen is showing a different event and stuff like this. But there's like a table at the back that has a bunch of like unsavory characters surrounding it. And kind of as the camera does that thing where it swoops over the top, someone says, "Can you do better than that, Starfleet?" And Abe says, with one eye closed. And you see him, and they're both of them are at a table that looks like a big wooden butcher block, and it's like pockmarked. And Abe smiles, and he puts his hand down on the table, and he reaches behind and he pulls out his Ushin Tor, and he goes tap 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 tap, and someone says go tick 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 tick, and we'll cut away from him there. So
Perfect. So not really a contest, but a match demonstrating your prowess, getting your cementing your reputation there with the criminal network. Uh, uh, to then you it is time for you've probably done a couple of preliminary rounds, but there is a big round here of the chess boxing again. Playing some rounds of chess, then into the ring for the fighting, and then back out to that. So I think that there are going to be two rolls. We're going to total up the successes between the rolls here to then. Uh, we established uh, like reason plus command for I think for the chess part of it. What do you want for the boxing part of it?
It should probably be fitness and security. I kind of want to go maybe even daring and security. I want to
Okay.
lose the boxing bit.
All right. So let's have you make the roll there for that first part. Do you want to start with the boxing or the chess?
Let's start with the chess because I think I should do reasonably well there. So we'll
Okay.
go reason plus command
Reason plus
is
command
12, and I don't have
or 13.
anything I can spend on any of this.
Oh, no, no, 12. You're right, 12.
13? No,
12.
12.
You're right.
It was 13 before because I was using insight. Now I'm just trying to outplay him.
That's right. Two
It's
successes,
one.
right? One success. Oh, I see. I've got this a 14 out of 4. Okay. So we've got a success on there. And why don't we have you roll then for the boxing part of it?
I'm torn. I am going to go fitness security. I think that's. I
I
don't
think
know
that
that Taven could throw a match, even if it was the most logical thing.
so 11 or less.
11 or less. It's one more success.
That is two successes. So I am going to roll for uh, your opponent here. Wow. So I think that this is a brutal, hard-won fight there to Ven. Uh, what is it that you do that throws your final opponent, Juggernauty, off of his game?
Ooh. I think she tells him that she has another suitor.
And I think that there will be that look of of shock and that will throw his game off there. And I think that is actually also that goes out over like the speakers, and I think we can hear the announcers talking about it. Uh, and I think that you will find yourself after that, despite your victory, there are a lot of very angry Juggernauty fans who are looking to deal some harm of the parasocial relationship that they have developed with their hero, destroyed by this pointy-eared off-worlder who broke his heart. These Vulcans. And I think that unfortunately will also put the reputation of Vulcans perhaps in this area down a notch. They're just, they say they're emotionless, but they're really just emotional manipulators. That's what they are. Uh Captain Escara, what do we see here as we get into the playoffs for the baseball?
Yeah, we've already had a baseball game, and I want always as much baseball as I can get, but I don't
Yeah.
want it to be extended. So,
So
uh,
what I want to have a role for this, but I
yeah,
just
for
to show how
sure.
good you do. What is it? Who are you playing in the playoffs? Is it a Triskelion team? Is it an
Oh,
Orion
it's playing.
team?
We're playing Cal's team. I like the
Oh
idea of
no,
us playing Cal.
I
Oh,
wanna save
you're gonna
that,
save that.
my
Okay,
friend,
okay.
for a
Then a
possible
Triskelion
final.
team.
Okay.
A Triskelion team sounds fun. Let's do that.
They are out there. They take it seriously. They will but you could also tell that they learned baseball from a book. You know,
Hmm.
so there's a certain amount of uh, how do I put it? Watching a foreign team play baseball sometimes, and you're like, okay, they're playing that a little bit differently than I would have expected. Um, what is the big difference in their approach to the baseball game then? Is it about their
Uh,
theory of hitting? Is it about fielding?
they're very much a three true outcomes kind of team, meaning they either strike out or they walk or they hit with a great deal of power. Everything is their launch angle. It's all about how much velocity can they add to the ball. So the nuances of baseball, the small ball, laying down a bunt, the smart plays of baseball that's more tried and true. That of course it speaks to Scar's heart, um, are lost in them because it's statistically insignificant in their eyes. We've
Excellent.
solved baseball, I think.
Absolutely. So I think we had it as presence plus command for you leading the team.
Team of nine can see us. Yes.
uh,
Presence plus command sounds fantastic to me.
Team dynamics as your
Thank you
focus.
very much. Appropriate. Okay, so presence 10, command 5, 15 are my target. I'm rolling with the less terrible dice. These other dice, they're traitors to me. These dice are not a whole lot better, but I got a 1 and a
Crit,
16, so
two
crit.
successes. So let's roll for them. Oh, yeah. So what is the blowout here? Like what is the error that they make or the part of the way that you play that they can't keep up with? Now keep in mind you've got a different pitcher in.
That's true. We absolutely have to have a different picture in. And so I think that we see Chef as the pitcher because it turns out Chef throws a knuckleball. And these guys have no idea. They've never even heard of what a knuckleball is.
There are several times
So
that they're going to the umpire and saying, "I what,
this is obviously
go
illegal.
go and check the ball. Something's
It's
going on
going
with the
too slow.
ball.
That's 60 miles per hour.
I know you've got ABS, but that can't be right." And they're checking that. And yeah, you will blow them out of the water. Advancing you to the finals, of course, against Captain Steele's team.
Oh,
Right
perfect.
now, they're talking about the Federation on Federation battle there. Money is being exchanged, lots of stuff. People know that Steel has ringers, and so there's lots of talk about that. And Steel's team is like putting a lot of effort in as they come to this. Tony, uh, this is the semifinals for uh, the the triathlon. So, what do you want to roll for the ride, swim, race?
Um, I think. All right. I think
Fitness,
con.
fitness seems good, right?
Yeah, I think fitness and um con.
I like it.
Yeah.
Uh, I will let you here. Do you want to apply your animal behavior for this competition or for the next? Because I'm going to let you apply it to one of the two times you
Uh,
do this.
the next.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's have you roll fitness plus con.
Okay. All right. What am I? That's 14 then. Two
Look at
successes.
that, two successes. So that is enough to advance to those finals. And I think that it will become clear that, like, this is going to be the big one, uh, in terms of points in the whole competition. It's going to be Tony, you know, setting up that Steele has brought his big people down here. He's called in other crew people to build them up that advantage to for cheering and such, and they are getting ready that this is going to be the big one that is coming up. Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As we get ready, everybody has heard that this is going to be the big game. Uh, Lots of pressure there. Uh, Captain Ascara, you will get a communication from the Tempest, and it is your former uh, captive, Dr. Dexter's daughter, and she will say, "Captain, I have something you need to know.
What's that, Doctor?
Uh, I need to tell you something, but I need you to. I can't tell you right now how I know it, but I need to tell you something."
All right.
And she said, "I'm sorry, but I think that Black Fractal is here, and I think that they're involved in what's going on right now."
Pause. What is Black Fractal?
That
Lich
is
does not
that
remember.
that is that criminal organization that you heard about before. That's
Okay.
not the Orions and not some of the other combines. There's some sort of new, weird, independent space criminal organization.
Base criminalization. Okay. Thank you. We'll talk about this later. What are their intentions? Do you happen to know that, Doctor?
I don't know. And I think in the background we'll hear contestants get ready for the big game, and people are starting to pile in. Tony, I think we see you on the line getting prepared. Taven, you're doing the last minute physical checkout. Shivalik, you're kind of in the stands. Escara, she goes, I don't know what their intentions are. And I think then there's kind of a pause and another comm will come in. Captain, this is Mac.
Hey, Mac.
You wanted me to track that transporter signal?
I sure did.
It just went off.
Where?
It beamed from the planet up to the Sempok.
Really?
Let's take a 5 minute break and then let's come back as this goes down as Black Fractal raids the Sempok while the sports game is going on. Take 5. Recording. There we go. So, Captain, sporting event is starting, big triathlon, everybody's down here. It is it is hectic. Because this is the biggest one. It's an Olympic stadium. It's an Olympic event. There are sparklers going off. There are cheers. They're getting ready. It is a madhouse. And you've gotten word about this. What do you do, Ascara?
Yeah. I don't imagine just making sure that I don't assume and be told, no, of course. I don't imagine Tony has any communications device on her. So I
Correct.
would imagine that's okay. Then uh I am gonna put a call out to everyone who's in the audience who is a member of the Tempest crew, and we are all Mac, get us on board the Simpak.
Okay.
I
Uh,
give them a quick heads up that the uh, the Simpak is under threat. We need to defend it immediately.
so tell me, Jolene, you're going to be in the decathlon. Who do you want to run on the mission uh, uh, trying to defend the Sempak?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll just stick with her recurring. Let's see if she survives.
Okay, absolutely. She doesn't have a value.
Nope.
So, yeah, Chivilic, I assume you will go with Chivilic.
Yeah, please. Yep. I mean,
Uh,
we know I've got a knife ready to go, so
yeah.
you know.
Tiven, uh, where do you want to go to?
Yeah,
Who?
the logical conclusion is to defend the Sunpack.
Okay.
So that's where Taven will be.
So I think we see the starting line. It's big. I think we can see Steele in the audience. He's cheering for his guy. He has a well-groomed, high-end, triathlon-trained equestrian specialist ensign who has been brought here, who is the hope of the Senpak, and is there on the line. Tell me something about this guy and what the interaction has been between you and him here, Tony.
Oh, I think there's a lot of trash talking and bravado on his point, and I'm like, because she's a bit older, she's trying to play it cool, especially like she's not gonna crack under pressure in front of the rest of the Tempest teammates. But like, I think like she cuts him down with like one line. It's like, wow, you sure talk a lot for someone that has never actually been past the so and so nebula.
And I think that he will say, well, I understand you're good at this because you're a farmer.
Yeah. Have you worked a farm?
I think it could have turned back to that. So we're going to do this we've got 3 legs. We're
Yeah,
going to have 3 legs on the ground. We're going to have 3 legs in the ship. So, Tony, let's have you roll for this writing part first. I
right.
think this is command plus control for the horse uh,
Oh, right, right.
with animal behavior for this first writing leg of this.
Not gonna lie, I did forget what all of the things were.
It's
So knowing,
riding, swimming, running.
right, gotcha.
Indoor, they and you go around a full couple of laps, and then it like automatically changes to the next thing, like the ground
It's
drops
like
out.
terrain shifting. I love it.
Absolutely,
Like a Pokemon stadium.
absolutely.
It was
uh
control and command, you said?
Control and command 14/4 with your animal behavior.
Right. I'm going to spend my determination, uh, because teamwork makes for success.
Okay.
So like given, a lot of, all the fellow, he was like, no, no, like giving them the vocal commands that, that you use with a lot of beasts, you gotta be like this. This was all throughout the training. And I'm doing that to add the momentum to the pool.
Okay.
So 4 momentums going in the pool, and I'm spending one of them.
Okay. So it goes to three.
Yeah.
3d20 14/4.
Three. All right. Well, two
Two,
successes.
two successes. So like that's a little like that's a little up and down. So what do we see that kind of reflects that sort of maybe behind, but kind of pulling a little bit out there?
I think maybe it's less so the our team is having trouble with the mounted animals, but who's the Captain? Was it Stone or
Steel.
Captain
Cal
Steel?
Steel.
Captain Steel brought in ringer animals, so like they're having no trouble. Like the animals are doing most of the work for them.
Absolutely. Your opponent, though, the Cal Steel's person, is a little bit ahead as we
Hmm.
go into this. He
Yeah,
is edging you out as we get to that
it,
second wrap around, and you
it's
have
not
to
a
like
sprint; it's a
l
marathon.
leap off, dive into the water off of the horse.
Hmm.
Ascara, Chivilik, Tiven, and uh, I was reaching Eku. You will be beamed onto that beautiful high-end transporter pad that we saw before. There may be a couple of red shirts with you, and you will see that there are some unconscious uh, sub ensigns laying on the in the transporter room, and you will immediately see that like computer security systems are completely on the fritz. Like there's the panels that you look at, they're just absolutely gone haywire. So, what do you do, Captain? What are your orders? Is this splitting up the team? Is it you going as task force as one? What do you want to do?
Ooh, I love to split the team. Yeah, split the team. Let's check the engines and the bridge.
Okay. So who's going to the bridge and who's going to the engines?
I mean, everyone has to go to the bridge. Like, I
Okay.
think the captain has to go towards the
Are
bridge.
you taking Taven with you or Eku?
Echo, you're with me
Okay. Chivilik and Taven. You
because
are
they need to be sneaky and smart.
absolutely. So we will see the pairs making their way along. Uh, let's let me tell you what you realize here very quickly. This is this is a coordinated assault. They know something about Starfleet protocols. They've been able to break the systems. Uh, they're smart. This is being played very carefully, and uh, they're probably well trained. And while they have been stunning people, that may be out of efficiency rather than anything else. So, how do we see you, Chivilik and Taven going? Like, what's the shot we see there?
I mean, I'm pretty sure we see us in a Jeffries tube is where we see us.
Okay.
Yeah.
clambering through.
We're not going in through the front door. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think that's going to be fitness plus security, Chivilic,
Yeah.
to kind of get the edge here and build up the successes you need to overturn this.
Okay.
Taven, how are you assisting?
I think Taven has just fallen into following Felix's lead here. He is the expert on this, so I think she is just.
Actually, if you have something in a hypo spray that'll help keep me on my feet if I get stunned, that would be really helpful.
Do you want to use that as the assist?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can roll reason plus medicine as your assist there.
Just kind of generally, you know. No one's betting on this, so if you can juice me up as much as possible.
So Chivilic, let's have you make that roll for this first leg
Yeah,
here.
sure. And yeah, I'll use one of those momentum so that I'm rolling 3.
Okay.
That's
Oof.
one hit I got off of
One
that.
hit. And Taven?
So reason plus medicine is 15. And with my 1 die, that's 2 more
Two
successes.
successes. So it is that you're going along, Chivilic, and you go to come out at an access point, and you get hit with a stun and kind of drop back. And Taven, like, we see you jab that hypo spray in there.
Okay, so Jim, is this the Cardassian hyperspray that I'm hitting you with?
Oh, you know what? Because that's all you would have, because we beamed straight up from the planet, right?
Yes.
And you had it.
Yeah.
So what does that feel like, Chivilic? How do we see that hit that sends you into overdrive?
Um, it's Cardassian DNA, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like my eyes pop open and like kind of like yeah, and like a little kind of thing just kind of pops out of my
Okay.
forehead just a little bit, right? Um, uh, and I'm, and then I'm up on my feet with that like, you know how like Cardassians all kind of look like they're sort of constipated all the time?
Yep.
Like I've got that facial expression as I come up. I'm like, and and then I whatever
You're on to these two black clad, they're in full, black suit things, and you are up on them, and you will take them out, and then the two of you are moving on forward.
yeah, it's like I feel like it's that thing where like, they zap me and then they step forward to like, confirm that I'm down. And that's when I'm up on one of them. And I knock one into the other towards Taven so that Taven can, do her thing. And between the two of us, the two of them, we take them out. And I just,
Perfect.
choke the other one out. Yeah.
Perfect. And then you are on the move again. Escara, Eku, uh, what do we see you doing? Like, that the turbo lifts are going to be locked down. Like, what are you doing? Are you fixing those? Are you using alternate way? What do we see?
Um, can I use the merchant talent to say that she has the one of the rifles because she was beamed up from the shooting gallery with Johnson where she made a bet with him and really threw him off by commenting on him. How did your date with Ensign Ramirez go? And that's how
Okay.
she beat him. So that's why she's holding his rifle.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I think that's fair. So how are you doing this, Escara? Like what's the break? I think you're probably a little bit surprised that Eku has the rifle with her?
I think that's why she ended up getting beat up. But like,
Yeah.
Captain, how can I assist?
Now, mind
We,
you, I am going to take the threat because you have a phaser rifle.
All right. This ignores the opportunity cost. I don't know if that.
No!
Yeah. Once per adventure, you can ignore the opportunity cost on up to 3 items.
Okay.
one of three. Fantastic. I think I don't want to do Jeffrey's tubes. I'm wondering if there's a like, but I'm not a good techie or an engineering guy.
Well, describe to me what you know about this design or this approach. You said that your family were had some engineering people. Uh,
Yeah.
like
I love the idea of point to point, kind of stealing from Mac's idea before. Maybe I activate the transporter to send us
Ladder.
into the ready room just outside of the bridge.
I like that. So let's have you. Uh, what do you think the that's probably going to be engineering.
Yeah, that's fair.
Engineering plus control.
Sure, it's very generous. I will take that for sure.
Okay.
Captain, what do we know about these hijackers?
Very little. They're an organized crime unit, and they seem to be heavily involved in the drug trade and other dealings on Triskelion.
I
Why do you ask?
was just wondering if I would be able to draw on a profile, but
Oh, if you have any recommendations.
Two successes. Uh, and Eku, what are you doing to like, is this you trying to develop a criminal plan or is this the role for when you arrive? What do you think?
I think this is yeah, I think this is the role for when she arrives.
And
Like,
there are two people in that ready room. Like as soon as you transport in, of course, transporting is not fast. So, what do we see you do there?
she's ready to fire because she knows that they'll probably be firing as we're materializing. So it's like one of those timing issues because presumably, like, hey, they want this and they want to
Con
stop all attempts. So,
Control plus security.
all right. Can I use psychology?
I don't think so.
That's fair. All right. Uh, Sync could be good,
11 or
but
less.
there is
Do you want to spend
memento.
momentum?
Yes, yes. It's almost like I put it there knowing other players needed it, but
Okay.
also I needed it. Wait, am I doing one die?
You're doing two
It's not
dice.
an assist. Okay.
No, this is on. I think you were going to do kind of separate here.
Well, there's two successes.
Two successes. So
Got a
I
one,
I
so
do think it is that you come through. They are firing. They hear the wind chimes, but you are ready, and you will. I mean, it's still set on stun,
hmm
but you will wide beam knock them out. And these two black clad people who were prizing open, looks like they were raiding Captain Steele's cabinets for trophies and valuables there, and grabbing those up. Uh, Tony on the ground, in the water, hitting the swimming. Essentially, as that phaser fires up, and we cut from there, we cut to you swimming 2 full round laps of this track. Uh, let's have you roll. Fitness plus what?
I think science.
Fitness plus science.
Yeah, it's classic
The art of swimming. Yep.
Bernoulli's principle. I don't know. I forget the water-based stuff.
No, there's a lot of.
Hydrodynamics. That's what
Yes,
you're,
that's it.
yeah.
Let's have you roll.
Aquaphysics.
Oh, aquaphysics. All right.
Uh, yeah. Now I'll give you a threat.
Okay. Aku may regret that later.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm leaving the momentum, hopefully.
Look at that.
Jesus. One, two, three, four.
4 successes. Holy moly. I think that this is the thing that pulls you ahead. You are now, you know, that edge, that one ahead from him. He's a fast, powerful swimmer, but you understand this and you know how to conserve your energy. You know how to take advantage of this.
Hold your
And
breath.
yeah, and we'll see you come up out that leap up that you have to do and immediately going into that run. Chivilik, Tiven, you're closing in on engineering here. This is sort of the second leg for you to get in there. Yes.
When you say black clad, just like black uniforms, but others we can see their faces, they have like hoods or something like
Oh
that.
no, they definitely have hoods and masks.
Okay, we now have hoods and masks because
Okay.
that seems entirely logical to take a quick moment to switch clothes with them so that now we have masks on.
Absolutely. Maybe you want to play that as more presence plus security.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Sure. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Uh,
Um,
yeah.
all right, so let me see here. Um, I feel like us posing as them opens the opportunity for me to use my criminal network focus on this.
I'm not going to give you that one.
Okay.
I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not going to give you that one.
Okay. Okay. I'm
You're
just saying.
you're getting
I
presence
know.
plus
I
security.
know.
You get 17 or
I,
less to
I
start
know how
here.
crooks act, is
I
what
know.
I'm saying. All right. I will go ahead and spend one of those two momentum. Um, can Taven help? Taven, can you
Yep.
help me?
Tim, what are you doing to assist here?
So I think this uniform smells absolutely terrible to Taven, but she is doing her best to keep her composure and trying to walk like the criminals do.
Okay.
As we walk up, Chibilik whispers to her, "Crack your knuckles."
Chivilik, let's have you roll 2 dice and Tiven roll one.
I'm going to roll 3 because I'm going to spend one of those momentum.
Okay. So 3d20.
Like that. That's
Right.
3.
Three
That's 3 hits.
successes.
Yeah.
So presence security for me is only 10, but I still
But
made it.
this is 4 successes.
Yeah.
So they have guards posted there. What do we see? How you get past them to get into engineering so you can see the final leg? Like what do we see happen there?
Um, we come walking up and I hook a thumb over my shoulder and I say, Starfleet's coming up from the planet. We just took out 2 of them. And I like hook my thumb over my shoulder, like we gotta go. Get out there after them.
It's not the plan. Are you sure these aren't just these pissad ensigns that they have?
And
We were told there's just a skeleton crew.
they got word out. There's and maybe have they gotten word from the bridge that there's something going on or
Yeah, I think maybe as you do that, there's maybe
yes,
suddenly
yeah.
like they touch their earpiece kind of thing.
And I say, yeah, and I'm just like you heard him get up there. We'll take your posts.
Okay. And you will swap out as you come past them as they take off on foot, and we'll kind of open up into engineering, And you can see that there is a group of a half dozen of these guys, and they have ripped out some kind of quantum core thing that almost looks like the Nomad space computer thing that they have pulled out, and they're locking that up. You can see that they're getting the buffers on that. We'll come back to that in a second. Uh, Escara, Moreno. Phaser fire has gone off. You know that we'll have heard it out in the bridge. How do you want to play this now? You know that they're going to kind of be bracing and ready. What are you doing? You muted Rich or something.
I was whispering to myself,
Oh,
interesting,
okay.
interesting. Well, we've already established they're wearing hoods.
Is there any
Ooh.
chance we can negotiate with them, Captain?
I do like negotiation, but
Like
we don't
maybe
have much leverage.
if we got into the systems, we could make it seem like there's many more of us than there are them.
Well, let's give it a shot.
I'm pretty good with sensors, so
All right, Echo, see what you can do. I'm
So
going
that's
to
going to
reach
be.
out to Cal while this is going on.
I think we see you calling down to the planet, and I think we see Cal like he sees the comms going on and he just ignores it. Like he is watching the race, just like, come on, come on, come on, come on. Captain, I think there's like, come on, come on. Captain, you really should take that. Come on.
And
Uh,
then I will reach out, unless you want to do something else, I'll probably then reach out to Trios.
uh, let's have you make
sent
that
a voicemail.
assist roll here right now
Okay.
first. So this is going to be engineering plus control, Moreno. You want to hack the system.
Oh, I thought this would be science because it's sensors. The captain is better at engineering. Fuck. All right. So engineering is a 1, and what was the other one? Control.
Yep,
All right, a 10. So we're trying to psych them out. So psychology, right?
I'll give you that.
Okay. It's still just a 1, so it
I know
doesn't
that.
matter.
That's why I'm giving you that.
I'll spend that momentum.
Venom goes to 0.
Can I give help? Can I
Yeah.
help here? Okay,
You can
I
also
will.
roll with control plus engineering.
Control plus engineering. And let's see, I've got a.
You're better at that than me. Way
I
better.
know, but I want you to
To,
do it.
yeah.
So you've got this.
So team
I think you
dynamics,
can.
I'll let you take that as a focus there, Captain.
Okay, and I'm sorry. I was glancing to see if I had any
2.
other stuff going on. So I'll
So
roll my two.
15/3. Got 2 successes on that.
What? Who knew? Okay.
Great captain. Great captain.
Hey, that is 3 more successes.
It is 2 more successes because you only get 1 die for the assist.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I think we see you like they had crashed the system, and I think that's part of the problem. The thing that's delaying this is you having to work it up, and then you finally get it, and you create phantoms like internal sensors, and it will come up on the alerts, and that and I think we will see the guys on the bridge hit something, and then beam out. And I think that as the doors open up, the two of you come out, the bridge is emptied, but you will see on screen the ship starting to drop out of orbit, starting to do that. And I think that uh, Chibilik, Taven, there's these half dozen guys. They're grabbing it. Okay, we got to scatter. We got it. Let's beam out. What do you two do in a moment? Last leg, Moreno
Oh
on the
shit.
ground.
Right. All right. Yeah. She's, doing the marathon sprint, got to control herself.
Okay. Control plus control or fitness? Fitness, right?
Fitness. Yeah, fitness makes the most sense for
Okay.
this.
Fitness plus security.
Okay. All right. 14. Yep.
I'm gonna spend a threat.
No.
Let's see. Roll my 3d20.
I don't like the
Oh,
list of
look at
those.
that.
I don't like that.
Let's have you roll.
It's just a race. 2 successes.
2 successes. You are even up there. Tell me, what is it that will give you that edge, Tony? What is it that will allow you to push through and win?
So as like we're neck and neck, I'm just gonna
Oh
like
yeah,
turn like
absolutely neck and neck.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
veins are popped out. He is running pell-mell. Cal is screaming, "Go, go, go, go!"
I think she like as running reaches over her hand. This has been a good no matter what. This has been a good race.
And I think that will throw him. There's a weird stumble, and literally just get that extra edge, that extra step, that 1 foot out as you cross the finish line, as it will
Little
go
laser
go out.
ribbon.
And as you do that, you expect a like cheering from the crowd, roaring from the crowd, and you will look up and you realize that you can see the ship falling out of orbit, coming down towards the city.
De Dios.
Captain Ascara, Aku, we're going to start with you on this round. Back up on the ship. The ship's inertial dampeners are kind of going offline. Oh no, 4 nacelles. More power for it to fall out of orbit. Oh no, here it comes. I think we see the bottom of the nacelle starting to catch, the friction of the planet. The shields aren't up, so those are starting to give and buckle. I think we can hear the sound of that. Tell me what the two of you are doing.
Uh, I'm rushing into the bridge. I'm going to try to save the ship, shields up, and then get hold of the helm and see if we can steer out of this dive.
Okay. Uh, so I think this is you may aid Aku. I think this is you can do control or daring plus con, Captain.
Control plus con. Gosh, my week. I'm so bad at this. This sounds awesome, though. I'm doing it.
Okay.
And if only there was some momentum in there, I'd probably use that. But it seems like it's gone for some reason.
It is.
Hey,
Oh.
don't judge me.
Let's see. Focus, composure, negotiation, hand phaser. I don't think
I'm going to give you
either of these.
composure on this
Composure?
one.
Okay, sweet. We'll take it. That gives me 3 successes.
And to Aku, what are you doing to like allow him
I,
to seal the deal?
I think she's going over to the science station and like quickly trying to do a quick scan of like, hey, what's going a rundown of what's going down and like what is there to that she can do to like stop this cascade of shutdown effects.
Perfect. So let's say reason plus science with
Okay. Data analytics.
yeah, I like it.
All right. Okay. She's better at that. And it's an assist, right? Just one die?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go. Another success. You guys are well above the 20 successes necessary to take the ship back, but let's go down. There are half dozen of them. They're getting this loaded up. They're about ready to transport out Chivilic to Ven. How do you stop them?
Um, I shoot the computer core. That's what they're trying to steal. If it's
Perfect.
if it's if it's a melting pile of slag, it doesn't do them any good. Like if we can't have it, I don't want them to have it.
Control plus security.
All right. Um uh Go ahead and take a threat for that.
Okay.
Um Oh,
Oof.
2 hits and a
2
complication.
hits and a complication. And Taven, how are you assisting when they start firing back at you, which we're about to do in just a moment?
I don't adjust the oxygen mix in this room.
Okay,
We're in engineering.
let's have you make that. Uh, I think that's reason plus engineering.
Okay. Commander, hold your breath. That is one success.
One success. So that will do that. So you will blast that thing, but they are disciplined and well trained. And I think we will see 2 of them beam out. That's the complication. But the other 4 fire at you. Uh, I'm going to spend 3 of my threat, and they are going to take shots at you. So this is me firing. You can make fitness plus security versus to dodge here. And the only reason you're getting the dodge is because the oxygen miss thing. Otherwise, I'd be doing it against a flat.
Mm-hmm. Fitness security brings me to an 11.
Ooh,
Oof.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Got 20 though.
I get 2.
Got 2. And what did you get, Jim?
Oh,
Got 1.
And a complication. A
And a
further complication.
Jim, you're going to take 8 stress. Taven, you're going to take 6 stress. And I think another 2 of them, that's the complication, are going to beam out. But the last 2, like, even as they're firing and running and trying, there's that sudden, the mix catches up with them and they will hit the ground, even as you feel the ship sort of straighten up and come back up into orbit and settle back in. And now the crowd goes wild, Tony. We cut down to the ground. Now they go wild and they are shouting up. And I think you will look over, and despite herself, I think that we will see uh, our uh, uh, Commander
Ship.
Trios cheering for you, even as that's going on. I think we cut to a baseball field. I think there are people in the crowd there. I think this is sometime later. You can see that Steele's team is out, but these are not the ensigns. These are older people there, and I don't think we see Steele. Like, they brought the more guys who know how to play baseball, but they aren't baseball players. They are down there on the ground. Uh, I think we can see that Steele is not here. Uh, but I think we see Commander Trios is, and I think that it's a good game. What is it that tells us that this is like it's still a competition, but this is a much more friendly game than we've seen before, Ascara?
Yeah. I think uh the aspect of it that makes it seem like a more amiable, congeal, uh friendly game is that when the batter steps into the batter's box, the catcher chats with him briefly. There's a moment when a person reaches first and he chats with the first baseman. There's just some chatter going on. There's a little bit of folks calling Pepper, but nobody's chirping at the umpire. Everybody seems to be on the edge of their seats for each pitch, but no one's gritting their teeth. There's no one angrily shouting at anyone else. Yeah, it's a lot more of a laid back pastime.
So is it that you guys get the winning run or that your pitcher closes out the deal? What do we see as sort of the final moment for this? And
Oh yeah. I
which
think
one?
it's a very low scoring affair. There's a lot of great defensive plays. There's a lot of teamwork going on. And I like the idea that, let me pick one of our, I don't know, there's a part of me that kind of wants us to lose. Like, I'm okay if we don't always win. It'd be nice if we just lost a good, solid game. So I think that's what happens. I think that there's a moment when our pitcher, let's say it's
Chef
Tempest.
still, or they had
Sure. Well, no, his knuckleball would be in bananas.
right.
Uh, let's. Gosh, I don't want Johnson to lose yet again. Yes, I do. It's Johnson. He's come into relief, and he fires a curveball that just doesn't break. And one of the salty, experienced engineers on the other team takes a crack, and it just fires down the third base line, and Escara dives after it, and he's just inches away, just brushes against the bottom of his glove, and he hits the dirt, and person from second scores on the play, and it's just baseball, Susan. That's the way it happens sometimes. You just don't always win.
And I think we will see sort of in the aftermath of that, everybody seems happy, like
Mhm.
no one seems disappointed. And we will see Commander Trios come over to where you're at. Captain,
Commander,
good game. I didn't think we were going to take that.
hey, it was a good game. Absolutely. Congratulations,
Yeah. Uh,
officer.
it,
Handshake.
yeah, she'll say it'll be good to give Steel one victory before this all goes home.
Hey, make sure Cal knows that the team really, really played well.
Uh, I'll be sure to share that with him. It was an honor being able to play against you, Captain.
Everything's going to work out, Trios. Doing a great job. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
And she will nod. To Ben, what do we want to see you doing here in this sort of final scene?
Tiven got punched in the head a lot and then shot. So
Yeah.
I suspect she's in the stands, watching the game. But who is she sitting with?
Who is she sitting with? Is it Kictory? Is it our Juggernauty? Is it someone else?
I like it being Kictory. I
Okay.
think we found an unlikely pairing of friendship here.
She's like, this is a pretty good game. Do you play this? I haven't really watched baseball. It's not quite I like the one-on-one games.
There is something to be said for a good team sport.
Hmm. Uh I uh I I saw you take down Zober.
I hope he is not too heartbroken.
Phew. Yeah, you Vulcans. Do you have like those Orion pheromones or something?
On the ship, I believe I have a vial or two.
No, no, I mean, no, and I think she'll call over. She'll go, they've got some great food they serve here. and gestures over to they will bring the equivalent of space hot dogs over to where you're at. Chivilic, what do we want to see of you here in this final baseball moment? Who are you with? Who are you talking with? What do we see you doing?
I don't
How
think
bad are you?
I'm on the ship because I took 8 out of my 9 total stress on that. I got hurt. Like, like I
S-
needed to be like medevaced to sick bay kind of a
So
thing.
who do you want to play here in this final baseball scene then?
Um, I, I wanted to have a scene with Chivilic on the ship. Can I do that,
Uh,
or do we?
uh, I've got a symmetry here. If you
Sure,
don't
that's cool.
mind, yeah.
Nope, 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 nope. Then no problem, no problem. I'm definitely not. Yeah, I don't think Chivilic is there. In the final
How do we
scene.
what do we see? Like what shows us the absence? How do we note that?
Um,
Where would we expect him to be that we don't see him? We see
I
somebody
mean,
else.
before when he was like when they beamed him up, he was in the bleachers. Like Chivilic doesn't care about baseball.
Right.
Baseball is a way to go do people watching and eat popcorn and like that kind of thing.
Okay.
Like when you watch a game from the bleachers, you can hardly see it. I mean, it's like you're there to be with the fans and all that kind of stuff and everything. Or there's a particular version of it that you see that is not the same game that you see when you're behind home plate. I saw Rich kind of going, but and I think that like even before we saw that Chivilic had gathered a little crowd around him and they were all like yakking it up and everything
The
and having
same
a good
guys that
time.
went drinking with you.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And they're and like and we see the kind of the camera pan across them and they're like, and I think it's Tund that's sitting there. And they're just like peppering her with questions about what happened to Abe. Where's Abe? But like that and everything. And like and because she's Tellarite, she like says something to them about their questions being stupid, but because they're Bleacher fans, like they give it right back to her. And for a moment, she looks surprised and then she smiles and they get into a they're like playing the dozens with each other, basically.
Perfect. Perfect. And Tony, what about for you?
Um, I think Tony is the manager of the team.
Okay.
Like she's not on field, she's not in the stands. I think like the tr cup or whatever from the decathlon is in the stands with some of the other crew,
Okay.
passing it around, drinking out of it. And she's the manager, but she doesn't know baseball at all. But it's just like she's very good at managing people.
But there are also probably local Triskelion people who are coming over and congratulating you. You know, you've got the medals and things like that. There are also yeah people with you know uh, uh, it looks like one of the things you're seeing is that that there aren't any black debtors collars in the stands there. I think we will see that at most there's gray, and I think we will see, the three providers, red, green, and yellow, in the stands, with red going, "It is a new day," and proclaiming that. And I think we're going to pull away. Here's the button scene that I do want to do, Escara. And that is back on the ship. And I think it's in the captain's quarters there. And uh, there'll be that chirp of someone at the door. And Dexter's daughter will come in. And she'll say, "Captain, uh, I checked on Commander Chivilic. It looks like he's doing well. Doesn't look like anybody He got hit bad, but he's still up and moving, right?
He's pretty tough. Is everything all right?
I need to tell you something.
He has that expression of like, I was expecting that this moment would come, but wasn't going to push for it. And he says, turns to her, makes sure that she has his full attention. What is it, doctor?
When my sister left the academy, she joined up with Black Fractal.
Is that why they tried to kidnap you?
I suspect so. I suspect it was so. I suspect they wanted to find out if I told you that and something else.
What else?
You have a daughter. Cut. End of episode. And that is our show for this week. Uh, let's do a quick stars and wishes, if we may. Commander Taven / Mike.
Yeah, this was an absolute blast. I have a long list of things. So I'll run through them quickly because we're going to run out of time. Rich, I love just making Johnson a recurring background character, making him such a colorful individual. He's kind of a jerk, but kind of not. Like he's also pretty competent. So that's fun. I loved tossing a baseball at Dexter's daughter's kidnappers was just a wonderful detail. And I didn't write it down, but the having that moment with Trios and the like, hey, you're doing a good job, keep it up. And the other one that I wrote down was when Cal asked if he had seen Dexter's daughter before, he said, "I cannot say who you have or have not seen." It's absolutely perfect. But yeah, Ascara just continues to be his own thing. He's a very crystallized character in my head now. So I love seeing his brand of calm, composed, managing to keep the frustration to under the surface, and yeah, leaning on his people in fantastic ways. For Jolene, I had making Rich talk about the captain as Johnson was just yeah, that was hilarious. I loved seeing Reza again and seeing that character kind of come into their own a bit more and having a few more scenes. We're getting an idea of who this person is and how they might behave. And I particularly loved right at the end in that sort of interleaved scene. I and some of this to Lowell as well, but I really love seeing the individual excellence of Moreno balanced against the teamwork of everybody on the ship. So often with Moreno, we kind of see Moreno be in more of a supporting role and be surrounded by other people. So it was great to see her just kick ass on the field. Um, Jim, I love feel like exercising his criminal connections. I really love the beat of "I owe you one." Yes, you do. Um, I like feel like just seems to be the person that like I understand the price. I'm willing to pay it in like a moment. Um, I love seeing like leading the rescue attempt on Dexter's daughter and that like, hey, we're gonna plan this out. I'm going in with my mind, not with my fists. Um, the description of the effects of the Cardassian hyperspray was fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the moment of just shooting the computer. Again, that's the I understand the cost. I'm willing to pay it. Um, and I particularly enjoyed the tension of having Kvillek get shot. Like we knew he was okay mechanically, but having him get shot and then not appear in the next scene is like I can imagine the audience being on the edge of their seat, like, oh no, what's happening? And I really loved finding her people in the bleachers. There, it's just a nice little moment. And then lol, Juggernauti's marriage proposal threw me for a loop. That was great. uh, and I particularly liked the interleaved scene. This whole scenario has been a lot of fun, and ending with that was one that, like, I thought I knew how this was going to end, and then it just went completely a different direction, and it was perfect and fantastic, and everything had been foreshadowed, which is great. So thank you.
Awesome. Jim, I owe you a good big called scene because I gave you a no today. I will make that up for
No,
you next
that
time.
that's okay because the scene I was going to ask for kind of happened anyway.
Okay.
Which would have been Abe saying to Dexter's daughter, like, "Well, this is what secrets do to us, so you better come clean." And like you literally gave me the scene without my having to do the scene because that's what you said. Like she came in, she's like, "Oh, Commander Chivilic, he's okay. Just want to make sure you know he didn't get killed because of me, and I better tell you what's going on." So like that was awesome. And in fact, that's what I was going to write down was that like one of the stars was like I don't know, like you read my mind through the computer or something like that, and did the scene that I was going to ask for. So that was fantastic. And since I'm talking about you, Lowell, the arrow to the knee reference, 100%. The way
I
that
couldn't
he just
react to
reeled
it.
it
That was
off,
so funny.
that was fantastic. And just the idea that like that has become part of the like human cultural lexicon to, like your like some sort of career ending thing that happened to you or whatever. I love that idea. And it's also like super fun to me when Star Trek, like when the writers of Star Trek do stuff like that. They take like some meme or something and they like, just kind of throw in the idea that this lasted 400 years. Is really neat. Um, Jolene, um, protesting to Taven, I think I know my own body. Um, you know, like I think I know my own body, so you should give me these drugs. And the doctor going, yeah, I don't think so. That is such a Vulcan like human interaction there. That was delightful. I really love that. I also love that like instead of some kind of, whatever like extra burst of effort or whatever like that, just a little bit like, hey, good game.
It
To
was
like guy
great.
you're running with to throw him off is like, what? Huh? And like that gave you the extra step that you needed to do that. I love that. Rich, Ed doing old-fashioned, old-timey box scores, like my grandpa used to do when we went to Fenway Park with his little golf pencil in the program. That was like I know exactly what you're talking about there. And your call that to lose that second game. That
Yeah.
was awesome because yeah, 100%. That's baseball. Like a really good team wins, you know, like the most amazing team in the world loses, 40% of the time or something like that.
Yes.
The best hitters in the world, only hit one out, only make contact with the ball one out of three times they
Yep.
step up to the plate, that kind of thing. And that's like
Yep.
that's, and it requires a particular, that's why, baseball requires a particular sort of patience and all that kind of stuff. But I love that you had him do that. And again, says something about Ed that like he was more happy about the game he lost because it was a good game than the
Yeah.
blowout that he won, which is just that was awesome. I love that. Um uh um Mike, the deadpan when it's like you got, you Vulcans must have those like Orion pheromones or something, and just like I believe I have a couple of vials on the ship, was just that was a perfect response for that. And I saved for last, and I'm so thrilled that I get to be the person that invokes this, which was suggesting to the captain that it was a bad idea to bring a baseball to a knife fight, which was just
Classic.
delightful.
Awesome. Rich.
Uh, Spectacular game. It started off very light, but we hit some like as in the first session, right? It was very light. It was a lot of silly, and there were some good gut punches here. I really appreciated. I love the threat of Black Fractal, the awesome criminal organization, the name of which I have to write down because it won't stick in my brain. I don't know
Hmm.
why. It's so slippery. But I love the inclusion of them wearing masks just so we could have the classic Star Trek of like, oh, they're wearing the hoods, you know? It's very felt a little stormtrooper-ish. Aren't you a little short to be a Black Fractal? Is what I was waiting for someone to say. But it was a neat thing that you allowed to happen. I appreciate when you push back sometimes. Uh, and there's I can tell from the other players' reactions, we're all cool with it. And yeah, you're reffing the game, and that's great. I appreciate it. Sometimes I worry I'm a pushover, and so I take inspiration from you saying no, but or no, move on. That's great. That's great. Really appreciate Jolene like playing like what three characters? Three characters? I think yeah, I think you were playing three different characters. You were just jumping around, and so much so that Lowell was like calling you Moreno when you were. I'm like, no, it's Echo. No, it's not Echo. That's It was very funny to me to how flexible you are with your various. You were playing Echo and gosh, I guess you didn't.
No, I think
Oh,
it was
what
just
did
the
what
two,
did? Oh, okay. All
but
right.
kept
Well,
swapping around consistently.
yeah. Okay. There we
I
go. And
was
I love,
ton last time, so
yeah, that's right. We mentioned Ton, and I guess in my brain I was like making a Ton. I don't know. Ton has been cheered by multiple players, not a star, just a thing that I think is super interesting. That's the other thing is I love that we're now rolling over to force ourselves to play. Not that it's a force, but like maybe for me to remember to play the secondary characters that we're seeing some of them grow a bit. It feels very Star Trek to me of like, oh, this is just the person that you see in the background. And then all of a sudden now they're a little bit in the spotlight. And it's just, I love that bit of growth of the cast and the shift of focus because you can see on so many different levels. It's not always just bridge crew. And I appreciated that. I'm glad the folks let Lieutenant Johnson get pantsed constantly. I appreciate no one having a problem with me riding the red shirt, going down all the time trope to into the ground. So that was fun. Thanks for the inclusion of Chef and a reminder like, hey, Chef should do this thing. Just let's stick Chef in there. He's at the hot dog cart. That was so hilarious to me. I don't know why Chef amuses me. Maybe it's the name. Maybe I just imagine him like Chef from South Park with a big hat on, which is not true. But in my head, I see Chef with a big hat on. I feel like I'm saying a lot of things that aren't sensible, but uh, I just I'll end with Mike. Your line delivery for Tavin is always so on point, and I just love it. I'm like, do you have someone writing these lines for you? Because they're so Vulcan and just nail them. I love it. It's just great. It's really, really fun. Good game. Thank you, Lowell.
Awesome. And Moreno, Jolene.
as the all then these are great. This was a great blend of like the light episode leading into like as the others have said, and this bears repeating, going into the darker, more serious, and then the setup for the tied into the wishes. I didn't know you did what Jim planned to do, so that was pretty cool. That's a big star, I guess. Said before, again, bear this take this as that was always bear repeating. Mike Tavin's delivery, so great. When you gamble, be prepared to lose. So good. I was like, yeah, this is great. And Chivilic getting like, all right, more criminal underworld stuff. Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot the computer. Why? Yes, shoot the hostage. Sure. Like, well, we're not gonna let them have it. And like, um, yeah, it was like pretty fun. I guess it's a star that my new NPC lived because I'm like, she's gonna be terrible at this mission, but it's funny. So
She
like,
did pretty
thank you.
well.
Yeah, thank you for letting me do that like BS web. Yeah, she got the rifle because this flashback scene. And you also your reaction whenever you're denied threat is priceless. It's just as good. Because like I know you're not like I mean, you embrace the joy of the pseudo uh aggressive GM for this, but you're like, no, you don't care. It's just like, damn, my candy. But yeah, she did pretty well.
Yeah.
We'll have to get a value next time she shows up so she won't die so easily. My wish, I had like one little comedy button scene that I had in mind for her after the whole thing where she just shoves the rifle back in Johnson's chest. It's like, never again let me hold this. But yeah. Yeah, like, I love the rotating of playing out the supporting characters. And one of my wishes for like towards the finale, I think, season finale, I want to actually guide Moreno to getting a captainship on a different ship and taking over one of the supporting characters.
Okay.
That's what I want to make sure all the players know it though, so it's not a surprise.
That seems fair. That seems fair. Uh, we've got, I'll say, so we've got two missions left, assuming in June. The final mission will be our like confrontation with Black Fractal, daughter, Cyrano Jones, that kind of thing. Might be in a star base, Orion wedding. We've got a bunch of threads there that I want to pull together. Next time will probably be a shipboard episode. Is probably what we're going to do. Maybe even a space combat. I kind of tend to think about these things. So that is our Dexter daughter. Yes, there.
Feels a little Dr. Zeus.
Yes. Uh, Thank you all very much. I'm going to stop the recording. If I can find